The big league stars are joining the little league stars here in Greenville, North Carolina at the Little League Softball World Series. Athletes Unlimited in the house today to meet with the players, to watch them play before the pro games tomorrow for AU. It's Elimination Day here in Greenville, and we've got 2 more games to go. You're watching the Little League Softball World Series on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. It's already been an exciting week, day 3 of action, and it is Elimination Day. Another elimination game, this time between Italy and Oregon. One of these teams will advance. One team is going home after a hard-working summer to make it here to the Little League Softball World Series. Our game started early this morning at 10 a.m., and it was Ohio. Mia Hambly with 12 strikeouts in a one-hit shutout. They're able to advance. And then Connecticut, what a thriller. 9 innings. Holly Kuhn had the go-ahead run in the top of the 9th inning, and Connecticut survives a battle with Canada. We started the week with 12 teams, and this is how our side of the black bracket looks right now. The winner of this game, Italy and Oregon, is going to move on to face Connecticut in another elimination game tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. We are so excited to be back. Courtney Lyle alongside 2-time All-American Amanda Scarborough. Stay tuned because Catherine Sandercock is going to join us in the booth, one of those Athletes Unlimited athletes, coming up later in the game. But, man, the pressure, if it wasn't on before, it's definitely on today with Elimination Day. Yeah, I felt it in the previous 2 games that we've already had. The unfortunate fact that 4 teams will be sent home today. It's sad the summer has to come to an end, but also some teams will survive and get to do it in front of professional athletes. With the Athletes Unlimited players that have just been roaming all around this event. It's been so awesome to see the Little Leaguers with them. Yeah, and they've told us they were so excited to meet whoever it was. Insert name here. Well, for this Oregon team, Janelle Gagné has been so good. She has pitched every inning of regionals. Same thing coming into the World Series. She is the ace for Oregon against Puerto Rico. Got the loss, but she still had 9 strikeouts in that game. Gave up 6 hits. Only walked 1 person. She has great command, throws with good velocity. They rely on her, and she loves the pressure in the circle. She had 9 strikeouts in a loss to Puerto Rico, but still did well. She's going to be facing an Italian team who is ready to go. Let's meet the girls from Milan, Italy.
Mi chiamo Iris Ganzer, il mio team di calcio preferito è il Milan. Mi chiamo Nicole Casati, la mia squadra preferita di baseball sono i New York Yankees.
My name is Vittoria Nardini and my favorite food is pizza.
My name is Aurora Giupponi and my favorite softball player is Erika Piancastelli.
My name is Maddalena Bardella and my favorite singer is Blanco.
Mi chiamo Vittoria Franzosini e il mio animale preferito è la tigre.
My name is Vela Masini and my favorite softball player is Mikiko Gucci.
My name is Marta Petrelli and my favorite food is panzerotto.
Il mio nome è Giorgia Maschini e il mio animale preferito è il cane.
My name is Giorgia Colino and my favorite softball player is Elisa Cecchetti.
My name is Alessandra Metta and my favorite singer is Drake.
My name is Chiara Servideo and my favorite soccer team is AS Roma.
My name is Maddalena Lorenzetti and my favorite actor is Timothée Chalamet.
My name is Manuela Mingron and my favorite color is green.
Italy is representing Europe, Africa at this year's Little League Softball World Series, and there is Janelle Gagné in the circle. The Little League Softball World Series has taken over Greenville, North Carolina. We welcome you to Elimination Day at the World Series. Courtney Lyle, 2-time All-American Amanda Scarborough with you for this elimination game, our 3rd game of the day, Oregon and Italy, and it's Janelle Gagné in the circle for Oregon. Yeah, Gagné has thrown just about every pitch for this Oregon team. She is their ace. She throws with good velocity, Court, and we're going to see her be a leader in the circle for this Oregon team. Giorgia Colino, the shortstop, leading off for Team Italy. They're out of Milano, Italy, Lombardia Little League. They also made an appearance at the World Series back in 2019. Started the week on Sunday with 12 teams, actually 6 Little League teams that return for back-to-back appearances in the World Series. For both of these teams, new faces.
And so Janelle Guinea will throw a little bit of everything. Throw a fastball, screwball has been really effective, a drop, and also a curveball mixed in that changeup too. She throws a good velocity, 54, 55 miles an hour, has hit 57, which is very good for this age group.
We're going to find the strike zone, and it's going to be a 4-pitch walk. If you're new to watching Little League this year, we've got a few wrinkles to tell you about. This year, Little League is using a continuous batting order, so it's 1 through your roster, if you will, 1 through however many on your team. So for Italy, it's 1 through 14. They just go straight down the lineup, and Aurora Sofia Giapponi will be up next after the walk by Colino. There goes Colino to second, and she's safe.
And Colino is such a good athlete for this Italy team. She is very aggressive in all parts of her game, out on defense, in the box, and also with the way that she runs bases, wasting no time to steal second.
Yeah, talking to their manager, Stefania Brita, we said, who's your strongest defender? Who's your strongest hitter? Who's your fastest player? I feel like every time the answer was Georgia Colino.
It was. All roads led to Georgia Colino.
This Italy team played on Sunday, lost to Connecticut 11-1. Giapponi laying down the bunt, and it's a fair ball. It just stops on the chalk line, so it is runners on the corners right now for Italy.
Good execution by Italy early in this game, so now they have a stolen base and also the sacrifice bunt put down. Look at the way that this thing just dies on the chalk. You just don't see that very often. Oregon was waiting for it to roll foul. It didn't, and now Italy has 2 on with nobody out.
Viola Massini will step in from the left side. 6 left-handers in this Italy lineup, and that's kind of a rare thing we've seen.
I think the manager here for Oregon, that is Janelle Guinea's dad, Kevin, possibly questioning if maybe it rolled foul, just maybe double-checking, wants to get some extra opinions from the umpires that we have. We do have a 4-man umpiring crew here at the Little League Softball World Series, which is always fun to see.
We also do have video replay in effect, so they can go look, and after the discussion, they are going to uphold the call. So Aurora Sofia Giapponi safe at first, and Georgia Colino over at third right now for Viola Massini, who was 1 for 2 in their first game on Sunday against Connecticut. There goes Giapponi, 2 in scoring position. Italy coming out aggressive today.
Yeah, for a lot of players, just like Viola Massini, this is their first time to the United States. Getting a chance to come play here and participate in the Little League Softball World Series, such a special event.
And this was a team that, at the beginning of the summer, Stefania Brita, she was honest. She said, we were such a new team, I wasn't sure that we were going to make it this far, but they just kept getting better and better every game. Two balls to Massini. Swing and a miss. A good gut there for strike 1.
And Stefania Brita said that this is an absolute dream come true to be here for this Italy team. And she said this is a quote, the paradise of softball right here in the United States. And we agree.
Did you get chills?
Yeah,
when she said that?
I got chills again.
I know.
Just thinking about her saying that and what this event means for this team. And as you mentioned, just how much they've grown throughout the summer to be able to make it here and compete and do this collectively as a team, get to play in the United States and go through everything a Little League World Series participant gets to do.
Stefania Brita, a softball player herself. She was a pitcher and a first baseman. 2-2 coming to Viola Massini. Foul ball.
seen a lot of time taken in between pitches for Janelle Guinea and Guidry.
Guinea. Yeah, you got it.
Sorry.
We've got about a million names in our head right now.
Yeah, but important to point out how warm it is today. It has to have a real feel of triple digits out here today. It's been so humid in Greenville.
Fouls off the 2-2. Yeah, they implemented the mandatory water break yesterday. Look at the real feel temp of 99. Yesterday it was 106.
Yes, it was. And the humidity was closer to 80% because that weather came in later in the day. Got all 4 games in yesterday. Had to get that last one in a little bit earlier. It started about an hour early, and it definitely worked out for the best.
It kept us right on schedule. 2-2 again to Massini. Smacking it straight to the grass in left, and Colino will score. Giappone getting the green light to come home. Throw going to third. Not in time. Viola Massini all the way over to third.
Absolutely incredible at bat by Viola Massini to drive in 2 runs. Look at the way she lets that pitch get deep. She works deep into her window and drives it the other way. And despite a shift being on toward the left side of the field, able to beat that shift, it goes all the way to the warning track. She turns her wheels on, gets a triple, goes in sliding, scores 2 for Italy to score first, which teams at the World Series have had a really good history at the World of scoring first.
Alessandra Metta now looking to use that momentum with Massini on third. Her favorite athlete, Matteo Berrettini, tennis player. Metta goes right back at Janelle Guinea, and that will score a run. It was so quick, coming right back at the pitcher.
Italy's offense just doing all things right now. Metta hit that ball hard right back at Guinea and ends up one-hopping her, but it came with so much pace and spin that it ends up spinning out of her glove, and another run scores for Italy.
Giada Servideo. And time is going to be called here as we'll have a visit out to the circle.
Hey, we're good. We're good. What, is something wrong with your hand? No. Oh, you just keep grabbing that rosin bag, so I didn't know if it, is your hand sweaty? What?
I noticed that when they're on third, like, even when the ball was like too
yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. They're going to go. Yep, that's the right thing to do. So, hey, head up. You got it, okay?
3 seconds.
Just, we'll start mixing in some off speed and stuff, okay? So, we're going to start throwing different things. Yeah, well, yeah. So, okay, here we go. Hey, let's go. Positive. Everybody, be talking out there, okay? Let's go.
That's manager Kevin Guinea, his daughter Janelle in the circle right now. I love the communication too. What are you seeing? This is what I'm noticing. Quick little reset.
And I like that Claire Phillips was given some input too in that team meeting about what she's seen from the base runners over at third base that are just going on contact on the ground and want to score.
So now Giada Servideo steps in. This will be the start of 3 lefties in a row for Italy. Runner going. Metta has second.
See Italy just being so aggressive right now. 2 stolen bases for them in this inning. Being aggressive at the plate too, swinging at good pitches that they can drive.
Giada Servideo.
It almost looked for a second like that was a foul ball, but it wasn't. It was just Servideo squaring around, trying to pull the corners in to allow that stolen base by Meta from second to third, trying to, looks like actually she got in the way of Jessie Berry, or I should say Jessie Berry got in the way of her, but definitely it looked like a little bit of contact there. I thought it was contact with the ball on the bat, but it was the bat to the glove.
I thought I heard it. But now Alessandra Meta on third.
And you can see because of the speed, too, that Janelle Guinea throws with, these hitters are getting in the very back of the box. They're left foot, a lot of left-handed hitters, as we already mentioned, are right there on the chalk line. I mean, they are using every single centimeter that they're allowed to have.
Swing and a miss, and the first strikeout of the day for Janelle Guinea, who struck out 9 on Monday against Puerto Rico.
Goes to that screwball, works away from a left-handed hitter, and Servideo, big strikeout with the runner at third base. Finally, the first out for Oregon made.
Madalena Lorenzetti up, and Jessie Berry did a nice job of scrambling to get that ball to keep the runner on third. Madalena's favorite softball team, the Oklahoma Sooners. I heard they're pretty good. National champs again.
A lot of Oklahoma Sooner fans at the Little League Softball World Series. We've seen that answer a lot.
You know, this is a really cool day at the Little League World Series because Athletes Unlimited is here. So the big league stars intermingling with the Little League stars. You see Kat Sandercock there in the front row. She's actually going to come up here and be in the booth with us in the second inning.
Yeah, we just saw Odyssey Alexander walking down the stairs too, and she's another one of those players that we constantly see in the questionnaires as favorite players, but we also have Josie Muffley there, Kat Sandercock's teammate from Florida State, and Alyssa Denham from Arizona, Hannah Flippin from Utah, Maddie Husky from Washington. A lot of rookies on that team.
Yeah, so tomorrow they're going to play the AU Pro Games. So there'll be 2 Athletes Unlimited softball games over at ECU just down the road, and it's an opportunity for the Little Leaguers to go sit in the stands and watch them, just like the big leaguers are today.
Such a cool thing that they're partnering together, Little League and Athletes Unlimited.
Lorenzetti hits it to Lily Christensen at short, and it's overthrown. The run scores. Lorenzetti safe at first.
Tough play for Lily Christensen. This ball pulled her pretty deep into the hole, so it was a slow developing play. Makes a long throw for her, and it gave Lorenzetti a chance to get down the line. I'm not sure even if that would have been a throw on target, she would have been safe or out. It would have been really close. Good hustle by Lorenzetti to get down the line.
Georgia Somoschini. Man, this Italy offense, Amanda, get this. In the 5 previous World Series games by Team Italy, they scored 4 runs, and they already have 4 runs in this inning.
Just love to be that team that comes out and scores first and immediately puts pressure on your opponent. And, you know, both of these teams had to wait a long time. The original start time of this game was 4 p.m. Eastern. We didn't end up starting until 5 because the game in front of us went so long, an intense extra inning game.
Yeah, with 9 innings. You're supposed to go 6, by the way, in Little League. Connecticut ended up winning that game over Canada. So Canada has been eliminated, and then also earlier today, Ohio eliminated California. Somoschini. Runner will advance on the wild pitch. Have 4 hits against Connecticut in their last game, and they already have 4 hits today here in the top of the first inning. Two.
Oh, look at that pretty shot. That's new.
The drone is here.
It's to see this awesome, amazing field that we have at the World Series. I love this little park.
And we moved here in 2021 from Portland, Oregon. We played at Alpenrose Stadium in Portland from 1994 to 2019. And then, of course, COVID happened in 2020. So 2021 was the first time we came here to Greenville, North Carolina, Stallings Stadium at Elm Street Park. It's beautiful. This has just been a great setting for the World Series to take over. So Moschini, swing and a miss, and that's the second strikeout for Janelle Guinea. Lorenzetti to third.
Yeah, Italy is just stealing one base after another, being so aggressive. Guinea gets a strikeout, her second of the inning, and unfortunately for Oregon, nobody covering third base. Claire Phillips, the third baseman, likes to play about halfway up the line. You can see where she's positioned before this pitch is released, and she likes to get right up there, up close and personal to the hitter. A fearless third baseman over there is Claire. Look at her even creeping up a little bit more now.
Vittoria Nardini, the catcher, facing Guinea. She'll swing at the first pitch. This is the 8th batter that Italy has sent to the plate to start this game. Four runs on 4 hits for Team Italy out of Milan. Now a great opportunity here for Janelle Guinea.
Yeah, you're seeing her really, that's what I was about to say. You're seeing Janelle Guinea really battle within this inning. Not everything has gone her way, but she's continued to stay in it. You can tell she's staying positive, kept her composure, despite it being a long inning.
And that'll be strike 3, the third strikeout for Janelle Guinea. But Italy coming out aggressive. It's a 4-0 lead after the top of the first. The Oregon Bats are coming up. It's time to meet the girls representing the Northwest region.
My name is Louis Fitton, and my favorite animal is a cat.
My name is Faye Child, and I want to be president when I grow up.
My name is Lily Christensen, and my favorite animal is a giraffe.
My name is Kennedy Huff, and my favorite sports team is the Oregon State Beavers.
My name is Jocelyn Lima, and my favorite movie is The Sandlot.
My name is Ruby Modern, and my favorite artist is Gwen Stefani.
My name is Claire Phillips, and my favorite sports team is the Portland Thorns.
My name is Maddie Schweitzer, and my favorite book is Hunger Games.
My name is Jesse Berry, and my favorite team is the Yankees.
My name is Gemma Birdie, and my favorite color is blue. My name is MJ Eggman, and my favorite actor is Adam Sandler.
My name is Janelle Guinea, and my favorite subject in school is math.
Those are the girls from Bend, Oregon, Bend North Little League. The state of Oregon won the Little League Softball World Series in 1975 and 1981. This Oregon team is going to be facing Manuela Mingroni in the circle for Team Italy.
Yeah, Mingroni has a great changeup that we saw her mix in there, and got to see her throw back on Sunday. I feel like we've been here a long time at the World Series. We still have so many days to go, Corp, but got to see her throw against Connecticut and looked good with that changeup. Had 2 starts here at the World Series.
And had a couple of strikeouts on Sunday. Now, all of these games building up to our championship game. We are so excited this year. Sunday at 3 Eastern. Go ahead and put it on your calendar. On ABC this year, we will crown a Little League Softball World Series champion.
Yeah, it's such a big deal for our sport, and so many of these games coming up on ESPN and ESPN2. Soon we'll have Chris Budden and Michelle Smith join us. Be here before you know it. They'll get here tomorrow night and be on with us on Thursday. It'd be awesome.
I know, our whole team will be assembled. It'll feel right.
Yeah.
Janelle Gani, the pitcher, is going to lead off, and she'll take a swing in that first pitch from Manuela Mingroni. Texas, of course, is the defending World Series champion, and that same Little League team is back here in Greenville trying to go back-to-back. We'll see them again on Thursday, but right now they're in the stands watching on.
Yeah, right in front of the Athletes Unlimited players. We have Leah Andrews there, Gwen Svekis, Danielle Gibson.
Gani going to left field in the shallow grass, and Janelle has a single.
Just answering right back.
Again, Little League using a continuous batting order, so it's 1 through 12 on your lineup card for Oregon. Paige Hall will be up next, followed by Jessie Berry, the catcher. Here's Paige Hall looking for her first hit at the World Series. Paige, her favorite athlete is Jessica Mendoza, and obviously Jessica's pretty familiar with Bend, Oregon.
A lot of these athletes put Jess as their favorite athlete. Of course, Jess lives in Bend, Oregon.
Look, her favorite athlete is Jess, but who she looks up to the most is her older sister, Claire. Nice hit off the end of the bat by Paige Hall, and it's back-to-back singles for Oregon.
Well, Paige Hall told us that she's worked hard on her hitting this summer. Goes to hitting lessons with Coach Miranda, who has helped her with her form and keeping her elbow down, is what she told us. Gets her first hit at the World Series, drives it right back up the middle. And look at Oregon start to put together a rally to try to answer back those 4 runs that Italy scored.
Now 2 on, nobody out for Jessie Berry, the catcher. Jessie absolutely tore it up in regionals. They played their regional in San Bernardino, California, and she hit .545, 6 for 11. Look at that contact. It is deep to the warning track, bumping off the fence. Jessie Berry sends 1 run home. You can make it too as Janelle Gani and Paige Hall both score. What a bomb.
Jessie Berry didn't want a long at bat. No. She wanted the first pitch that was over the heart of the plate. She was going to attack it. The outfield was playing so shallow, and she drove this all the way to the warning track. Courtney, did you notice that one hopped the fence? Jessie Berry showing off her power, probably the furthest ball that we've seen hit at the World Series.
Ok, allora adesso giochiamo interno, ok? Tranquille. Non è successo niente, facciamo un out alla volta, gli out più facili, ok? Out in prima e buona, non tiriamo la palla in giro, va bene? Adesso le più forti dovrebbero essere andate, ok?
Ma se si
Manu...
tiro sulle basi,
se
si stacca.
No, perché ti ruba la terza, ok? Manu, non il movimento veloce, parti subito veloce, dai ragazze, dure qua, forza, dai! 1, 2, 3, aria!
Stefania Brita coming out and talking to her Team Italy squad. Big rally cry there as Oregon has 3 hits on 7 pitches in this inning. What a stat by Jeff Muir over here.
Yeah. Being so aggressive, just wanting to hurry things up a little bit and get more runs on the board as fast as they can to answer back to Italy. And look at Jocelyn Lima right on top of the plate, almost to the point where her knee is kind of coming over that line. I mean, she's just right on top of the plate.
Jessie Berry on second for Jocelyn Lima, one of the 12-year-olds on this team, and that's going to fly away from Nardini. The wild pitch advances Jessie Berry to third. Wow, Oregon coming out just fearless, not putting their head down after Italy took a 4-0 lead in the top of this inning. I keep forgetting we're still in the first inning.
I know, it's been a wild past couple of games.
That'll be a walk. Runners on the corners now. And Claire Phillips coming up. Claire Phillips, her nickname Claire Bear. Also a soccer player and does equestrian too. Still nobody out. Tying run at first.
For this Oregon team, it was the first time that Ben had ever even made it to a regional, which is the step before the World Series. You have to win the regional to make it here. It's actually the first time that they've even been out of districts. And their little league has been around for 5 years, and quite a few of the girls that are on their team were in the first class of softball for their little league.
Jocelyn Lima over at second now, so it's 2 in scoring position as Claire Phillips fouls that one off. And look, they had some drama in their regional, in their semifinal game, actually, against Washington. There was a play, they thought the game was over. They thought they were going home. They thought they had lost, and the play was actually reviewed. There was an appeal process. It took about 28 minutes. Then they realized, no, we're moving on to the champ game.
It's one thing after another this summer. I mean, when you play this much softball as these young girls are playing this summer, you know there's going to be some crazy games, some comeback wins, some highs, some lows to make it here. And they went down by 3 in that championship game and still came back and won.
Well, Kevin Gagne, their manager, told us in the champ game, we reminded them of the resilience they had in the semifinal, and that helped us overcome that deficit. Claire Phillips hits it to Georgia Colino, throwing home. Run will score as the ball pops out, and there goes Phillips to second. Oregon on the comeback train.
Georgia Colino, we bragged about her offensively in the top of the first inning, and this throw home is just absolutely perfect. She has such a good arm. That throw is exactly where it needs to be. Unfortunately, Nardini cannot hold on to it as she goes down to make the tag, but that throw by Georgia Colino was the perfect throw for that situation.
2 on, nobody out for Maddie Schweitzer. Her favorite singer, Meghan Trainor. That's a good one. I don't know if I saw anybody else put Meghan Trainor.
No, I didn't see that one either. It was so cool. Kevin Gagne told us that before games started, they had the team come out here on the field and just take a look around. So actually, he's going to talk to.
Step before she throws, and then boom, just punch through it, okay? Got it.
And he just, emotions kind of overtook him being at this field, and he said he even kind of teared up a little bit, and he told the girls, look, we've already won making it here, but he had to take a few steps away and just kind of gather himself being here at this field with this team.
Yeah, he told us he took a walk in the outfield by himself because he got emotional.
He needed to have a second.
You see the sign right there in the dugout on that home plate hanging up that says family. That's something that's so important to Oregon. Kevin Gagne had them write down their goals as a team, and the #1 goal this season was to become a close-knit family. That bounces off the backstop, and Vittoria Nardini is able to grab it, so runners hold. That was ball 4 to load them up.
some loud fans today, too. You and I were sitting in the stands for the game just before this, and these parents, they will really get into it, have their own coordinated cheers. Love how hard that guy's clapping, and his hair is green hair. I mean, kind of convenient that Oregon is wearing green, right? Reminds me of the Ducks.
I also like his commitment because it's, upper 90s right now, so wearing a wig, maybe not the coolest thing. I mean, it's cool, but it's not temperature cool.
Yeah.
Willie Christensen with the bases loaded. And a couple of times, Manuela Mingroni, a bit wild. It is hot out there, so you've seen it's difficult to keep your hand dry, too.
You'll see the pitchers have the rosin bags that are out there, trying to use that to help.
Willie Christensen into the glove of Georgia Colino, looking for two, got two. Such a smart player, Georgia Colino.
She is always thinking ahead. I guarantee as that ball was in the air, she was already kind of side-eyeing this runner who was getting off from first base. A base running mistake over at first base leads to a double play and a quick 2 outs for Italy when they need it the most and still have the lead.
Sylvie Seaton. Gets a little piece of that first pitch. She's the 8th batter up in the first inning. Italy was able to send 8 to the plate in the top of the first as well. Sylvie's a Padres fan. Alessandra Metta bounces off of her in time, though, for out number 3. She doesn't panic and makes the play. How about this game? It's worth wearing the green hair for. Italy up 4-3. The Little League Softball World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Catherine Sandercock, the Florida State great and now an Athletes Unlimited athlete, throwing out the first pitch today as her parents were honored. And guess what? Kat's in the booth with us. How's it going?
Good. Thanks for having me up here.
What's it like to come back and watch these Little Leaguers after you were a Little Leaguer yourself?
It's been great. It's been so fun and honestly just a little emotional. Like, it's just so cool to see these guys play and just go out there and play because they love it and because they're with their friends from their hometown. It's been really special.
Now, what's one of your favorite memories? Like, when you tell people about your Little League experience and that World Series run that you guys had, what was one of your favorite memories from that?
One of my favorites would have to be winning our semifinal game, I think it was. And it was just a great game. I can think of another game. We played Central, so a team from Texas, and one of my teammates, Julia Jones, she hit like a walk-off double or something, and it was just an awesome way to end it. It was a super close game, but just so many cool, close games, fun victories with the team.
Do you keep in contact with any of those players anymore, or what's your relationship like with them?
I do, yeah. Well, it's just cool because it's people from your hometown, so I had a couple... 2 of my teammates, actually, we played together from the ages of like 8 through 18 all the way through high school, which was really cool.
So cool.
That's awesome. Madalena Bardello with the hit there to start for Italy. They scored 4 runs in the top of the first, and then Oregon was able to score 3 in the bottom of the first inning. This is Manuela Mingroni at the plate, the pitcher. You know, it is really unique. We've talked about the Little League aspect of it where it's community. Like, we see these girls playing travel ball and they're playing with people from all over, but it is a little bit more special to play with your teammates, your classmates that you go to school with.
Oh, yeah, it's so special, and it's just cool to all come together and just all the fun memories. Like, I remember we would decorate everybody's car when we were going out of town for, All-Stars, playoffs, World Series, whatever it was, and just those fun little things that you get to do with the people from your community.
We've seen a lot of pool parties. Did you guys ever have pool parties after Little League?
I think we did, yeah.
And I think the real question that most parents are wondering is how long did it take to get the stuff off the windows of the car after the tournament was was done? Like, what was that process like?
Oh gosh, I wouldn't know, to be honest.
You're like, I'm just going to go out and have fun and leave the car with the windows written all over it. No big deal.
It was awesome, though. Like, honk if you love McLean.
Yes, yeah.
It was so fun.
Absolutely. And definitely, if you're seeing one of those cars, guys, you need to be honking. Being Groney. Runner safe. Well, let's take another look at this.
This ball was right at the first baseman, Jocelyn Lima. Tries to go right back to the bag to make that double play. That was a good idea by her to see if she could get 2 outs on that one swing, but just 1 out.
It's really cool to see the girls this age, because you're developing that softball IQ, what to do in those situations, and I know it's something you just continue to rep throughout your whole softball career.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think playing at this level is really cool, especially I started playing with 12-year-olds when I was 9 in Little League, because that's how the age was. And yeah, you just start learning the game at a more mature level, and then you just continue to learn all the way up, all the way through high school, college, and professional league. I'm still learning, and still fun.
Bardella taking second. She is safe. It's a 0-1 count to Vittoria Frenzosini.
So you finished at Florida State, and now you're playing with Athletes Unlimited. You guys have a doubleheader tomorrow that will be on ESPN2, and the Little Leaguers will get to come and watch you guys play. But in between the AU season and the end of your Florida State season, what have you been doing in those weeks leading up to AU?
Yeah, I spent some time with the U.S. national team. I got to go and play in Ireland, which was an incredible experience, so much fun. And then just getting ready for this season, and then definitely some downtime right after the World Series ended, just to relax and be with friends and family. But then, yeah, Ireland, and then straight to here.
And I know you were kind of figuring out, what am I going to do after Florida State, after that big run of the World Series? What made you decide on Athletes Unlimited, and what do you like most about it?
Yeah, I decided on Athletes Unlimited because I really loved the point system, but I thought that it was also just going to be a really cool way to elevate my game. I thought that it was going to be really challenging, switching teams every week, learning a new defense, pitching to the best offense you can possibly imagine. Yeah. And then, over and over again. So they learn you learn them, and I just think that it's a really challenging thing to do as an athlete, and just a really cool opportunity.
So how has it been so far?
It's been amazing. Yeah. It's been so much fun. The whole league, they're just so supportive. They treat their athletes so well. So it's just been a really great experience. And then the players themselves, everybody was super welcoming, and it's just been so much fun to play with everybody.
So you guys are entering your third series, so the Athletes Unlimited season will be 5 weeks, and so we're entering basically the third week. And as you mentioned, the teams are mixed up every single week. The captains are named based off of the leaderboard and who is in the top 4 on the leaderboard, which this week is Megan Framo. Let's see if I can get this. Megan Framo, Sierra Romero, Mia Davidson, and Odyssey Alexander. Yep. Which team? Who's your captain?
I'm on Odyssey Alexander's team. Okay. I'm really excited.
And what's it like to throw these catchers, too, that are in this league?
It's so cool. I think that it's one of the coolest things about the league is learning from each other, because there's not really coaches. We have facilitators that help us out, but you're kind of your own coach, and you're just learning from each other. So learning from the other pitchers in the league and learning from the catchers and just how they communicate and how they see the game. Everybody comes from different places and sees the game differently, so it's been really cool to learn from all of them.
Love that.
What do you think this partnership, Athletes Unlimited and Little League, is important for you guys to come out here and get to interact with the Little Leaguers?
I think that it's so cool, and it's so important for these girls to just see where they could end up someday, and that we can just show up and be those role models for them. It's a really cool opportunity, and I'm just really excited to be here and excited for them to see us and see us play.
Okay, question. Yep. Do you remember meeting Michelle Smith for the first time? Yeah, because we dug in the archives and pulled up this photo.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember she was actually coming out of the booth, and my dad saw her, and he was like, oh my gosh, that's Michelle Smith. Like, you have to go, and you have to get it signed and everything. And I remember she signed my ball, and I remember looking at it and being like, my number's 32 too. And being so excited. But yeah, I remember that moment.
That's awesome. That was over at Alpenrose, right, in Oregon? Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So cool.
with the ice cream after games, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your favorite flavor? Do you remember?
Well, now I would say it's coffee, but back then I think it was cookie dough.
That's both strong choices.
And now I want ice cream.
Yeah.
But you guys got in Monday, right? Today's Tuesday. What all have you guys done with the Little Leaguers?
So yesterday they were there at our hotel. It was really cool. They welcomed us. They gave us little baskets and little pictures, stuff, you know, do your best, have fun, all that, which is really cool. And then today we got to come to the field, watch the games, be with the teams a little bit before the games. Tomorrow they get to come watch us, but it's just been really cool interacting with them and just getting to be those role models up close and personal with them.
Yeah, definitely. Have there been any funny stories or anything that have happened yet with them? Anything that maybe some of the other players are talking about, or any interaction that happened with you? Anything that stands out?
Well, I definitely laughed when I saw some handshakes in the first game.
Yeah, for sure. Kat, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of this game, and we're looking forward to watching you play tomorrow.
Thank you guys so much.
Catherine Sandercock in the booth, one of the Athletes Unlimited athletes here at the Little League Softball World Series.
No day of rest here at Athletes Unlimited. Foul territory. Oh my goodness! And she'll make it with a slide. The action is unlimited, making every swing and every moment count.
I'm excited. I know you're excited, Amanda, because you'll get to call the pro games tomorrow for Athletes Unlimited. 4:30 Eastern is the first game on ESPN2. We're back here at the Little League Softball World Series, a close elimination game here between Oregon and Italy. And it's AU Day, so the Athletes Unlimited athletes in the stands watching on, and they've got a good one to watch, that's for sure.
Yeah, we got to see the end of an extra innings game from the game before when Connecticut got the win over Canada.
Kennedy Huff bounces into Bardella's glove, and Italy able to retire the first batter. And you mentioned the captains. These are the 4 captains going into tomorrow.
Yeah, so the top 4 on the leaderboard get to be captains. So Megan Framo actually in first place, Mia Davidson in second, Sierra Romero in third, and Odyssey Alexander in fourth place. They'll face each other tomorrow at East Carolina University, which is just about a mile away from here. And both those games will be on ESPN2 and will be an absolute packed house for that, with these little leaguers in the stands and their coaches and parents attending. And tune in. It'll be a really special moment tomorrow on ESPN2 tomorrow night.
And if you're new to AU, those captains are important because they draft their own teams.
Yep. At the end of each series, whoever is in the top 4 becomes a captain, and then you draft a team at the end of the weekend. And so the teams are mixed up week to week. It makes it fun and challenging for those players to be on a new team, but really competitive, and they have points, individual points, as well as team points that you get throughout the game, and that's why there's a leaderboard. Whoever has the most points at the end of it will be the AU champion.
And that's going to be ball 4 from Manuela Mingroni to MJ Ekman, so she is able to reach the second batter here in the second inning. What a start to this game. Italy came out absolutely ready to rock. They scored 4 runs in the first inning, and Oregon said, not so fast. We're still here too. They scored 3 runs in the bottom of the first, and it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here for Team Italy. So we're going to step aside and we'll introduce you to the new pitcher for Italy in the circle when we come back to Greenville. Back here in Greenville, North Carolina, and we have a pitching change for Team Italy. Viola Massini will come from center field into the circle to pitch.
Massini stands at just 4'10", was playing center field, and now she'll move into the circle. Can also play a little second base, too. Her coaches say she is small, but very strong. Will throw a fastball and also mix in a changeup.
So Manuela Mingroni, who was pitching, will go to right field, and they'll move Marta Petrelli into center field to replace Viola. This is elimination day at the World Series. We've already sent 2 teams home. Ruby Modern showing bunt.
So fun fact about Ruby Modern is her family is so big into camping, and Ruby has been to 14 national parks. She spent the last 2 spring breaks on big camping trips and said that her highlight was the Arches National Park.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
14 already, and she's 13 years old.
Yeah. Gets to live in beautiful Bend, Oregon, and go to all these national parks and adventure and explore the country.
Big swing and a miss, and Viola Massini coming in hot with the K.
She is. Throws this changeup, backhand flip changeup, pulls the string and gets Modern out in front, wasting no time to go right at her and get the K.
What a way to enter the circle, and now she'll face the bottom of the lineup in the 12th spot, Gemma Brody. Gemma always plays with a necklace in her right pocket. I love these. When they fill out the questionnaire, you learn so many unique things.
Yeah.
This one back to Viola Massini, and that is out number 3. Score remains the same in our elimination game here in Greenville, Italy, up by 1. Welcome back to the Little League Softball World Series on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. You know, it is all fun and games at the Little League Softball World Series, and one game that we like to play besides softball is called Safe or Out.
Swimming with sharks is safe.
Absolutely not. I'm not trying to die.
Oh, swimming with sharks is out. I'm scared of sharks.
No, I'm not going to do it out.
Am I in a cage?
Are really sharks? Are they friendly?
Sure.
Yeah, then they're safe. Sharks are safe.
Look, fair question. Am I in a cage? That was a fair question.
And I like the first player just held up her shark shoe.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody caught that. The first one that came through, she's like, safe. Obviously, I have shark shoes.
I need those to wear to our production meetings in the morning.
Yes, you do. Where can we get those?
I think there's a website that I know of that we can order them next day. Marta Petrelli is going to start this 3rd inning for Italy, the right fielder. Her favorite TV show is MasterChef.
And Janelle Gagne has done a good job of settling into this game after such a tough start. The first 4 hitters of the game reached for Italy, and she continued to fight, persevere through a little bit of adversity that she faced early on in this game.
And she's been that main pitcher for Oregon, pitched every inning of regionals.
She threw a perfect game in the state championship game, too. Cool part about Janelle Gagne and her dad, Kevin, they actually learned to pitch, got started pitching by just looking at online videos, going to YouTube, and big strikeout pitcher, gets a lot of swings and misses. Had those 11 strikeouts versus Idaho back in the regional. But you hear that a lot, Courtney, and we hear that a lot from these coaches and players of how they started to pitch and lead them here to the World Series, where Janelle Gagne has pitched every single inning to get here. Had the 13 strikeouts against Alaska.
Yeah, that regional, 53% of her outs came via the strikeout. And I'd also like to quantify that, she didn't just watch any YouTube videos. She watched Amanda's YouTube videos. That's how she learned how to pitch. I know you won't say it, but I will. It's okay.
Which is just so neat that you put those videos out there as she walks the leadoff batter, but people learn from that, and that's how they get going, and they work together with their dad, their mom, putting in the time, maybe in their garage, their basement, on their own, just finding their passion for pitching the way that Janelle Gadi has now at the World Series.
Erie Skanzer, the number 14 batter in the lineup, so this will flip the order. There goes Petrelli into scoring position. Well, it was a really cool story that Kevin Gannett told us about when Janelle had just started to first pitch. She had to go into a game, and he said maybe it was a little too soon, maybe she wasn't ready, so it was frustrating and it was tough. But he said she came home that night and asked me, Dad, can we go pitch again? And so they went that night, went outside, started to pitch, and she comes to him all the time asking for extra help. There goes Italy again. All the way to third, Marta Petrelli. Now she slid head first, which is not allowed in Little League if you're advancing on the base paths.
Yeah, and the third base umpire actually called her out. I think the home plate umpire is maybe saying that it's just going to go down as a warning. And now the third base umpire is going to actually say that she's out. So
it should be that she's out. There are no head first slides allowed moving forward. The runner should be out on that. It's a safety thing. Now, if you're retreating back to a base to tag up, you can slide head first, but not if you're advancing on the base paths.
They're trying to explain it to Stefania Brita and her coaching staff, which, by the way, is an all-female coaching staff for Italy. All former players, the only all-female coaching staff that we have here at the World Series. Don't see that too often. And you know what's, I think, a hard part, too, the fact that she dove head first and there wasn't even a play at third base. But that is the rule, and so she will be out for the first out.
I don't know how to score that on my card, but I'm going to make something up. And Janelle Gani is going to pick up strikeout number 5.
Now 5 strikeouts the first time through the order for Janelle Gani. Inside fastball goes right at the 14-hole hitter.
And that flips the order. We go back to the top to the shortstop, Georgia Colino, who walked and came around to score in the first.
That story, though, about Janelle Gani that Kevin, her dad, told us and mentioned that she got home after the loss. She has to go out and pitch that night. She pitched every night for months after that because she was so dedicated. She let that failure, so to speak, fuel her motivation, her drive. Very much like what we're seeing in this game. That's a tough inning, a little bit of adversity that she faced, giving up those 4 runs back in the first inning, but being able to rebound and make adjustments in these innings that she's faced since.
Hey, that's not a bad seat in the stands here in Greenville.
And Kevin, her dad, said, I don't have to motivate her. Speaking about Janelle, she motivates herself. She'll pitch in her garage, set up a tarp with the net, and she'll go out and work on her form. Doesn't have to always pitch to a catcher. She'll put in the work by herself.
And what a difference that makes, right? When the motivation comes from you and it's not someone making you do it. It's because you want to, in your heart, go out there and work on your game.
Because you have a passion, a love for it, a drive to do it. It's not somebody making you do it. You're choosing to put your all into it.
Pop up. Janelle just off the tip of her glove, and that's going to allow Georgia Colino to be safe at first.
Just barely gets out of the reach of Janelle Gani, who goes to a bit of a drop step, but it's so hard as a pitcher to release the pitch and then go back behind you. You have all your movement going forward toward the plate and then have to go backwards. So it'll actually go down as a hit for Colino. Second time that she's reached today.
Do you try to go after that as a pitcher, or are you letting your infield help you?
Yeah, I would, because of the trajectory of it. You just don't know if they're quite going to have a chance to get there. And Gani is also taller, too. She has a big, long reach.
She's as tall as me, 5'7".
Taller than me.
She's 13, and I'm not 13. Aurora Sofia Giapponi. Laid down a bunt that just stopped on the chalk. And going back to Janelle Gagné, I love what she told us on her questionnaire. She said the best part of Dad being a coach is that he's always with her. The worst part is knowing that he's going to call her out every time she does something wrong.
There's pros and cons to everything in life, aren't there?
Oh, yeah. Ball and 2 strikes to Giapponi. It gets out to right. Giapponi is on. Colino to third.
It's a type of 2-strike approach you like to see out of your hitter. A 2-strike approach where thinking about driving the ball to the right side. So that way, if you happen to get a changeup, you're not completely out in front of it. A good piece of hitting by Giapponi to keep this little 2-out rally going for Italy.
Viola Massini now. She had the 2 RBI triple in the first.
Now Italy trying to run a little first and third play here. They have 2 of their best athletes on the bases at first and third, and trying to see what type of play that Oregon will run defensively. Giapponi got a big lead, trying to draw that throw, trying to cause Oregon to make some throws and play catch out there, seeing what they're going to run.
There goes Giapponi. Jessie Berry thought about trying to get her to second. Massini fouls it off, and that puts Janelle Gagné ahead 1-2.
Massini had that great at-bat back in the first inning off of Gagné. A triple, showed off her speed. Get to see what she can do in the circle now as she entered in relief.
Looking strikeout. Strikeout number 6 for Janelle Gagné.
Janelle Gagné has had to deal with traffic on the base pass all game long when she's in the circle. Back against the wall, gets a looking cave to get out of it.
Drew and Mike, thank you so much back here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Close one, an important one too, elimination game. Italy and Oregon. Courtney Lyle and Amanda Scarborough with you. It's going to be the top of the order for Oregon, starting off the 3rd inning, and that's Janelle Gagné, the pitcher who had a single and scored a run in the first.
It talks about everything that Janelle can do in the circle, but already the World Series has 3 hits, an RBI, scoring runs. A great leadoff hitter for her team.
Yeah, the all-around game to put all that with her strikeout numbers today. 6 on the day. This Northwest team, this Oregon team, lost to Puerto Rico. Knocked them into the elimination portion of the bracket. Meanwhile, Italy dropped their opener to Connecticut, and now they're playing for their season. That'll be a leadoff walk for Janelle Gagné. Today was the first day that we had elimination games, and Ohio was able to survive and advance. Mila Hambly with 12 strikeouts and a 1-hit shutout. And then the extra inning game, it was an extravaganza, Amanda. Connecticut winning in the 9th.
Really just speechless about it. The first 4 innings were scoreless, so you saw a bunch of zeros on the scoreboard. And then the next 4 innings, Courtney, the top and the bottom of the inning were 2-2, 2-2, 2-2, 2-2. 4 innings of 2s. that brought us to extra innings, and both teams answering back. Wild game.
So California and Canada eliminated today. Yeah, that was a 9-inning game. You play 6 innings in Little League, just so you know, so 3 extra. Paige Hall goes down and gets that one, dribbles it over to second, and Georgia Colino was covering second base to get the lead runner. So Paige will reach on a fielder's choice. Look, a lot of these girls play multiple sports, and Jessie Berry, who is coming up, she's no different. Look at her in her hockey gear.
A lot of hockey players that we have that are at the World Series. All these northern teams.
Plays for the Ben Rapids Select Boys team. She can swing it, too, whether it's a hockey stick or a bat. And Italy can't corral it in center field. It gets away. A run is coming home. Looking to tie it. Tag was applied. Italy keeps the lead.
Good rebound by Italy to be able to keep that tying run from scoring, but Jessie Berry just smoked that ball up the middle of the field. Viola Massini, such a good athlete, puts down the tag, prevents Oregon from tying up this game. They are denied because of the tag right there and the throw from Nardini. Good toss. It's almost like a wild pitch when the runner is running in from third base, except that was a throw that got behind her. Well played by Italy's defense.
Jocelyn Lima now. With Jessie Berry at second. And there's 2 outs now. So with Jessie Berry being at second, they can use a special pinch runner for her. A courtesy runner, excuse me. They got rid of the special pinch runner when we went to the continuous batting order.
That all happened so fast, but Jessie Berry and that swing right back up the middle of the field was compact, short to it, and it's right on time. She hit that ball so hard, right back up the middle of the field, having a great day at the plate, 2 for 2. Look at this swing. It's a pitch that she likes early in the count. She was aggressive in her first at bat, too.
So Paige Hall is the courtesy runner because she was the last out. So she comes back in to run for the catcher with Jocelyn Lima at the plate.
Defense stepping up and making plays in this inning. They got that force out at second base, kind of an unorthodox throw from Alessandra Metta to get that force out at second, and then Nardini, the catcher, with the great toss home to Massini.
And you know what I love too is that when things go a little bit awry, like that ball came in into the infield or right behind the plate, they didn't panic. They still knew the situation. They knew where to go next. That is so impressive, especially for this age group.
Thinking one play ahead. What's the next play?
Off the end of the bat. Runner going home. Georgia Colino was trying to run in on it. And home plate umpire has called time. This should be runner interference because she ran right in and stopped Georgia Colino from being able to get on that ball, and it is. So that would end the inning.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. You nailed it. Paige Hall made contact with Georgia Colino, the shortstop, trying to make a play on this ball. They collide. Runner interference called, and Italy out of the inning.
if you like offense, you didn't have to wait long in this game, and particularly I absolutely love it. Italy came out with the bats absolutely going, and Viola Massini was able to send 2 home with a triple early on. Italy was able to take a 4-run lead.
Yeah, it was a big inning for Italy. Alessandra Metta also with an RBI. They would score 4 runs in the top of the first, but in the bottom of the first, Oregon would come answering back. There was a single to start the inning by Guinea, another single, a double, and then a walk. The first several batters for Oregon reached in that inning and took advantage of some Italy defense miscues too.
And so far, our score has held there. Remember, the winner of this game, moving on, they will face Connecticut tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. The loser, their road ends here. You know, looking at this Italy team, we've seen some great plays today, and I think it helps too. They have a coaching staff who all played softball. They have an all-female coaching staff, and they actually played softball together back in the day, if you will. It wasn't that long ago, but here's a photo of the Italian coaching staff. They're right in the middle of this picture, right there. Stefania Brita is the manager. She was a pitcher and a first baseman, and Laura Palea and Patrizia Matolio, all 3 of them played softball together.
Yeah, I have a really great bond and big-time passion for this game, and to wear that Italian flag for good luck. A unique look there with the big flag. When they told us about that story and the hairpiece, I expected a much smaller little Italian flag, but I mean, that's a statement piece right there.
Yeah, that's Coach Laura. They said they stuck that in her hair in regionals, I think, and it just, you know what, it literally stuck because they kept winning. So now she has to wear that flag in her hair.
That's a great look. You can tell that they all love coaching together. Stefania Brita played softball for 20 years.
Alessandra Metta is going to lead off for Italy in the 4th. And we asked Stefania, too, was it on purpose that you had an all-female coaching staff? And she said, no, it just happened, and it's because we know each other, we love the game, and we want the girls to have that same experience of the passion for softball.
They had a bit of a trek to get here, too. 32 hours of travel for this team.
Yeah, including sleeping in the Raleigh-Durham airport for a night because they had a bus issue that was supposed to bring them about the 90 minutes to Greenville, North Carolina. Goes right to Jocelyn Lima, and she's ready. But Italy's travel, so they started in Milan, they flew to Frankfurt, and then to Washington, D.C., and then to Raleigh-Durham, where they had to sleep in the airport. Then they finally got their bus to come to Greenville.
Between them and the Philippines, it took a lot of time to get here, a lot of stops, but every single player took it in stride, no complaining, just so thrilled to be here and be a part of this special event.
Giada Servideo. She was the first batter to strike out against Janelle Guinea today. Guinea has struck out 6. Just dropped foul. I love that Claire Phillips, though, was hustling to get there, trying to stick her glove out.
Again, that Claire Phillips likes to play about halfway up the line. She's backing up a little bit now, but is well in front of that third base bag, getting right in the hitter's face.
Does it become the extra hot corner in that case?
Yeah, extra hot. Definitely.
Flamin' Cheeto hot?
Yeah.
Not sponsored?
Plays a little bit off the line, too. Gives herself some room to her backhand side. see some yellow shirts out in the outfield, too, for the Southeast team that will be playing tonight.
Oh, yes, that'll be about 35 minutes after this game. Right now slated for 7 Eastern on ESPN2.
That's going to be, I think, a pretty intense game. That Southeast team is, their Little League is located just about 8 miles away in Winterville, North Carolina. And so they draw a huge crowd. They'll be playing at night. Everybody will be off of work, being able to come and see the hometown team, and they'll take on the Philippines tonight under the lights. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, that'll be over on ESPN2. Servideo off the inside, got jammed up a little bit, and Janelle Ganin did a good job of getting over there. Well, you want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? You can visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. Madalena Lorenzetti. It was an RBI single for her in the first inning. Madalena started baseball 2 years ago, actually, and it was her dream to come play in the United States. She'd actually like to come to college here in the States.
Her favorite athlete is Erica Piancastelli, and got to meet her through FaceTime earlier today. Erica Piancastelli is one of the athletes with Athletes Unlimited that is in Greenville right now. Will be playing tomorrow, and pretty special moment whenever Lorenzetti got to have her with the team, that FaceTime call. She was very emotional about it.
Fouls it off to run the count full. Just off the fingertips of Lily Christensen. And Lorenzetti is on, and that means we can show you this amazing FaceTime footage of Erica Piancastelli FaceTiming Team Italy. And look how emotional the girls got.
Erica Piancastelli, the Italian national team, and you can see just how amazing. Look at their faces. They're crying. They're happy. They can't believe it. They are FaceTiming with one of their favorite players, Erica Piancastelli, who played in the States at McNeese, plays for Athletes Unlimited, big home run hitter, and just is an absolute star and a role model for these Italian athletes.
Love that. I still get chills watching that. There goes Lorenzetti. The throw hops around. Kennedy Huff comes over to back it up. But Lorenzetti into scoring position. Italy's so aggressive on these base paths.
Yeah, that's her 9th stolen base in this game, which
that is the most in the tournament.
Yes.
Georgia Somaschini trying to take third. Jessie Berry gets it there and gets that runner for out number 3. Berry to Phillips.
And she can do it with her bat, and she has been tested all game long with how aggressive Italy has been on the base pass, but this time, Jessie Berry answers the call.
Gwen Speckis from Athletes Unlimited. I just wanted to say congratulations on making the Little League Softball World Series. I hope you guys all have fun and compete. I'm pulling for my Oregon girls, but good luck to everybody.
How about that shout out? I love it when we get to see the pro players that are watching these little leaguers, a little role reversal, if you will.
Yeah. Gwen Speckis, of course, played at Oregon and was a first-team All-American there, and also her senior year, NFCA National Catcher of the Year. One of the best catchers in the game right now.
Claire Phillips leading off for Oregon. All of our runs came in the first inning. So we started off with a bang, and it's been kind of a back-and-forth battle ever since then. Elimination game winner will face Connecticut tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. And don't forget, too, we still have one more game coming up tonight. It's North Carolina, the Southeast team, taking on the Philippines. Approximately 7 Eastern, maybe a little later, about 35 minutes after this game finishes. One from Viola Massini to Phillips.
We see some good play. A couple of the undefeated teams that have looked really good so far are Puerto Rico, North Carolina from Rowan Little League, and also the defending champs from Texas.
Up the middle, Claire Phillips. Alessandra Meta making the play in time.
This Italian defense continues to step up and make plays on defense. Meta goes up the middle to her knees and keeps her balance enough. She could have easily faltered, fallen to the ground. She didn't. She sticks with it and makes that ever important first out of the inning. What a play by Alessandra Meta.
Maddie Schweitzer now. And I don't want to jinx anybody, but this has been a clean game on both sides defensively. And that's something we saw early on. Maybe a little nerves on day one and day two. A few mistakes, but both of these teams have been good in the field.
You know, these athletes have been through so much this week. And for Italy, just extended travel. And they get here and they're pulled in a bunch of different directions. They're getting new gear. They're getting asked by us to do a lot of media stuff and answering questions and pictures. And then there's also the stress of probably friends and family reaching out and social media. I mean, these athletes are under a lot of pressure and it can wear you out. It can tire you out, and it can take a little bit to get comfortable in a big situation like this. We've seen them do it quickly in this game.
Alessandra Meta tested again. She got it.
Alessandra Meta is known for her defense. She is a team captain for Italy. She is positive and loyal, strong and thoughtful, her coach says, and she can just play defense with a gold glove at second base. True team captain.
Responsible for both of the outs so far in this inning brings us to Lily Christensen with 2 down. And a first pitch strike coming in from Viola Massini. Dribbler back to Massini. Out number 3. We are going to the 5th inning. Score still the same. Italy up 4-3. Top of the 5th, Italy up by 1. The playground is popping right now. There's a line for the swings. So, Amanda, I'm going to reach you over there after this game is done. Here's how our bracket looks. We're in the elimination portion of the bracket. The winner will move on to face Connecticut, who won in 9 innings today to eliminate Canada. Still one more game coming up later tonight. North Carolina, the Southeast team, taking on the Philippines. And you see the yellow, yellow colors of the Southeast, the North Carolina team. It's starting to trickle in.
Oh, yeah, it could be a big crowd tonight.
Look, I'm just going to say it's smart to get here early.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Somaskini is going to be called out because whenever she bunted, her foot was entirely on home plate whenever she made contact with the ball. You'll see right here, her left foot right on the plate. And the umpire sees it, calls it, and will be out. So quick first out for Oregon.
Brings up the catcher batting in the 8th spot, Vittoria Nardini. Just a beautiful sight here at Elm Street Park, Stallings Stadium. Now 3 balls coming in from Janelle Gagné to Vittoria Nardini. There's the strike from Gagné. Janelle Gagné has struck out 6 today, but her last strikeout came in the 3rd. Count runs full.
He continues to throw with that good velocity in the low to mid 50s. That's a good velocity for this age group for sure. A lot of good pitching at the World Series. Mila Hamley had those 12 strikeouts earlier today in an elimination game for Ohio.
And it's a walk for Vittoria Nardini. There's the team from the Philippines, Negros Occidental Little League. They are back for another year. Getting ready to face an elimination game for them coming up against North Carolina.
Made it to the semifinals last year. Great run for them right here on this field.
They also got the Sportsmanship Award last year.
They did.
Madalena Bardella up with a runner on thanks to the walk by Nardini.
It's getting late in this game, too. Just a couple of innings left. And, I mean, you said all the scoring happened back in that first inning. 4 runs in the top of the first, 3 runs in the bottom of the first, and then a lot of zeros on the board after that. Nardini, an important insurance run right now for Italy that's on the base pass. And they've been liking to steal a lot of bases. Oregon has to be careful. And Jessie Berry, I know, is just probably itching to throw out another wannabe base stealer against her. Understanding what Italy's been trying to do and move that runner into scoring position with the steal.
Strikeout number 6, the runner goes, and she'll be safe. Oh my goodness, you better get in line.
Ooh, I'm about to be really excited again for this night game. This big crowd that we're going to have tonight. It's going to be a standing room only. Again, I'm sure.
Yeah, that game between North Carolina and the Philippines, it will be about 40 minutes after this game finishes. Hoping to have that for you over on ESPN2. Manuela Mingroni started this game in the circle. has since moved over to right field. She's got a runner on second. Strike two, and Jessie Berry running out to the circle, letting Victoria Nardini know she will throw her out if she gets the chance at second.
See that intensity of Jessie Berry's face. There's 10 stolen bases for Italy today. I like her gear too, by the way. We've seen a lot of the white gear, but it's like the USA gear.
Very cool. Stars and stripes. Caught by Janelle Gagne. She had to turn all the way around and flip her glove, but she got it for out number 3.
Had a chance to make a play earlier in this game just like this. Did not come away with the out that time. Learns from the mistake this time and gets the third out. Italy currently has a 1-run lead over Oregon. When Oregon had a chance to tie up the game, Jessie Berry smoked a ball right back up the middle, and Italy fumbled the ball around on defense. An errant throw led Oregon to try to score, but Nardini had her teammates back to Viola Massini, who made the tag to keep Oregon from tying up this game, and that's really why Italy still has a 1-run lead.
Yeah, all of our runs coming in the first inning. Winner of this game is going to play Connecticut tomorrow, as this is an elimination game. The loser would go home. It'll be 8, 9, and 10 up for Oregon.
It's important to know, too, Courtney, that at every age level in softball, 12U, college, Olympics, professional, there are going to be defensive mistakes made, but it's all about making the next play. Saw Italy make back-to-back fumbles when their center fielder fumbled the ball around, made that errant throw, but it's all about going and moving to the next play, communicating on defense. So Italy has had some good defensive plays in this game.
Sylvie Seton leading off. Looking for her first hit of the World Series. 2-2.
We've got to give a lot of credit, too, to Viola Massini for entering this game back in the bottom of the second inning, and she's looked sharp, has not given up any runs in her relief appearance.
Came in with a bang, struck out the first batter she faced, then fielded her position on the next one to get out of the inning in the second. And there's strikeout number 2 for Viola.
Now batting number 7, Kennedy Huff.
Made that tag, too, at home. Remember, she had that RBI triple?
Yeah.
Just doing it all.
Well-rounded. Very well-rounded. Kennedy Huff up next. She's been working to fix her batting stance this summer. So that's been something that she's been focused on. Viola Massini gets her to chase upstairs.
We asked Kennedy Huff who she looks up to the most, and she said it's her parents, because they always have a plan and get it done. That's her parents, Mike and Katie.
I think I would be friends with them.
Yeah,
I love
they're
having
definitely
a plan.
your type of people, for sure. That's actually just the, he's laughing about it, just the second strike of this AB.
It happens.
It does happen. And Viola Massini, just struck out the batter before it, too, looking at that.
Hard hit ball back to Massini. She's trying to chase it. No opportunity to make a play. That was just boom, right back in her face.
Yeah, she's been making these plays all day long, too. She fields her position very well, just was moving a little bit too quick. Got her glove there, bounced off of it, and then just could not come away with it after it bounced off of her glove and stick with it. It will go down as an error for Viola Massini.
It was the first error of the day by either of these teams. They've played such great defense. That was a tough play to make, and it brings us to MJ Ekman. Kennedy Huff aboard. MJ, her favorite athlete is Megan Faramo. We mentioned she's one of the captains for AU for the pro games tomorrow. Digging deep for it. MJ Ekman puts runners on the corners. Her first hit at the World Series.
MJ Ekman has been working hard on her swing this summer. She's been working to correct her batting stance with her dad. Is trying not to open up, and she's keeping her front shoulder in on that outside pitch. Perfect example of putting the hard work off the field and taking it into the game and coming through for your team.
She's the youngest of 3 softball sisters, and I think she's picked up on some things from her sister. She's an all-around great player. Ruby Modern now. Tying run at third. Nardini with the hustle. That does put 2 in scoring position, though.
Yeah, and I know this is a very serious situation because the importance of this game, but I have to let you know that Ruby frequents her town's Blockbuster, which is the last remaining one in the world.
That's also an important piece of information, and I would like to go there. Do they have DVDs, I guess? Blu-rays?
VHS? Who knows? Just hadn't seen the word Blockbuster in a really long time. Brought back a lot of memories.
I know, I'm having flashbacks right now. When they didn't have the movie you wanted, devastating. It's high. Here comes the run. Oregon trying to tie it. Safe. The run will score on the wild pitch. Kennedy Huff across to tie this ball game.
Kennedy Huff got such a good jump, and it's been tricky with a runner at third base and a wild pitch because of how the ball plays off the fence. Sometimes it comes back harder than others. This was a more soft give, hit off of Nardini's glove, and I think that helped it not bounce as hard back off of the wall. Kennedy Huff made a good read, ties up this game for Oregon.
3 balls to Ruby Modern. And she walks the 3 pass.
Be a good time for Italy to call a timeout, come together. Maybe one of the coaches will do it. Actually, you're going to see Stefania Brita or the umpire and call timeout, have a little chat with their team.
Brava Viola, stai lanciato benissimo, vai Ale, vai su. Viola passi in seconda, brava Viola. Ale, fai vedere adesso, ok Dai, gran lavoro lì, ragazze, non giochiamo troppo lunghe.
So a pitching change for Team Italy. We'll introduce you to that new pitcher on the other side.
Va bene?
New pitcher, the 3rd pitcher of the day for Team Italy. It's Alessandra Metta. First time we're seeing her here in Greenville.
Yeah, we've seen her play really good second base, made a ton of defensive plays, a lot of web gems, and now we get to see her in the circle for the first time. She's a team captain. There was a fastball both sides of the plate, likes to locate that pitch, but boy, for their first time at the World Series to pitch, entering in such a big moment.
Yeah, runners on the corners, 1 out, and Oregon just tied this game. They were able to score a run on a wild pitch. And so Alessandra will face Gemma Brody. the bottom of the order, the number 12 hitter in this continuous batting order lineup for Oregon. She comes out throwing a strike on the first pitch. That does move Ruby Modern. She'll take second, though. Oregon has not led today. Two straight strikes coming in. Alessandra Meza was ready.
Good stop by Nardini. Have to be a wall with the runner at third base. That ball was in the dirt. She keeps it in front.
MJ Ekman is the go-ahead run at third.
Important court as a base runner, seeing the ball in the air, have to see a line drive through. You do not want to get doubled off in this situation with Janelle Guinea on deck, the leadoff hitter for Oregon.
Runner does not go. They hold at third. That's strike three. Alessandra Meza comes in a pressure situation and gets the K.
Huge moment for Alessandra Meza, the first batter that she faces at the World Series, and she strikes her out. Throws strikes to get ahead, gets that second strike, and gets the looking K with two runners in scoring position.
Top of the order, Janelle Guinea, who has reached twice. She had a single in the first and walked in the third.
Yeah, I think in this situation, I would go ahead and walk Janelle Guinea and put her at first base. She has been so hot at the World Series in the summer.
Oh, I thought that was, yeah, foul ball. Just at the end, it bounced over that foul line.
I really thought that they had made that third out. Good backhand by Servideo. That ball just hugged the line. I think that's a great call by the home plate umpire to rule that a foul ball. You saw the entire ball when she got to it was on the foul side. Might be asking if they could challenge this play, but I don't think that it's going to be a reviewable play.
You can review a foul ball. So you can review a batted ball, whether it's fair or foul. But that clearly, going back and looking at it, was a foul ball.
Just very close ball down the line. I don't think that this one will get overturned. Let's see, right here to me is where the ball goes completely foul when she picks it up. Takes that kind of skip toward the third base side even more. This will be another great look at good angle by our camera crew. Right there.
Yep. And again, these replays, the decision is being made in Williamsport, so nobody here in Greenville has to make that call. Each team gets 2 unsuccessful challenges, meaning if you're successful in your challenge, you get to keep it. Or a little rock, paper, scissors? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah, they'd like to play that a lot during those down moments.
So the call is upheld. It was a foul ball. Right now, a 1-1 count to Janelle Guinea with 2 runners in scoring position. MJ Ekman at third and Ruby Modern at second. That's a fair ball. Play made in time. What a play by Giada Sovidio. Potentially robs Guinea of a hit getting down the line and getting past her. She guarded that line all at bat long. Drew, thank you so much. Top of the 6th inning, and guess what? Little drama building. It's a tie ball game. Courtney Lyle and Amanda Scarborough with you. Oregon and Italy, our 3rd elimination game of the day. The winner will get Connecticut tomorrow. The loser going home. It'll be the 11, 12, and 13 hitters up for Team Italy, and that starts off with Vittoria Franzosini. Italy with 14 players on their roster, meaning they've got 14 in the continuous batting order. Oregon has not led in this game. Italy took the early lead in the 1st inning for nothing. This has been a well-played ball game, though, on both sides.
It has been. Made some good defensive plays. You see that big shift on the left side with Claire Phillips and Lily Christensen, the shortstop. Playing more up the middle of the field, Christensen is.
This one will roll back to Janelle Guinea. Got it, 1 away. First 4 batters that Janelle faced, 3 hits, 4 runs, but since then she's only given up 5 hits. She has not allowed a run, and she struck out 7.
Yeah, she's stayed pretty calm, cool, and collected in the circle. Easy to get down after an inning like that for anybody at any level, but she's been able to bounce back and keep her team in it.
She has pitched every inning for this Team Oregon through the regional, here in their 2nd game of the World Series as well. Noelle Casati struck out in the 2nd.
Now the crowd is starting to continue, not even starting to, but continuing to build for the next game. And now this game is going to be played in front of a large crowd, waiting for that last one that we'll have tonight.
Yeah, tonight on ESPN2, we'll have North Carolina against the Philippines, our final elimination game of the day. And that North Carolina team is from right here where we're playing, Greenville, North Carolina. They're Pitt County. There's North Carolina watching on. Hello, ladies.
Starting to get used to these cameras that are all around.
They got an eye out for them. I like how she stored her Crocs on top of her bat. I think that's a professional move.
Saves some room in the bag.
That's right. There you go. Full count from Guinea to Casati. And it's a walk.
Now batting number 13.
Well, you can find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use the hashtag LLWS.
Little League social media has just been rocking it, putting out a lot of softball content, obviously a lot of baseball content too right now with regionals. Been busy.
I love it. Marta Petrelli now. Runner gets back in time. Italy is 10 for 11 on the base paths today. And we've got time called here.
It looks like they might be switching out the wristband. She's thrown a lot of pitches today.
Hey, come on.
They give her a little drink of water as well.
Hey, Jess, come up. Show us about Jess. Hey, come here real quick. Come here, come here, come here. Hey, big breath. Take a deep breath, okay? Hey, really fast. So I'm stealing this from the Puerto Rican coach, okay? Everybody go around and say hi to somebody at home real quick. On my mic. Who do you want to say hi to? Come on, come on, come on. Hurry. Janelle.
Hi, Leah.
Kendall.
No.
Hi, Kendall. Claire. Hurry.
Hi, my soccer team.
Hey.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Hi, Nana.
Hurry up.
Hi, Harlan.
Okay.
Hi, all my sisters.
Hey, hey, listen.
Hi, all my
Okay,
friends.
hey, here we go. Focus. All right, Janelle, suck it up. You dig deep. You got this, okay? This is what you're made for. Let's go. Hey, Lily. Yep, Lily. Make sure you're at the bag, okay?
Important pep talk there by Kevin Guinea. That's Chanel Guinea's dad, the pitcher, and sure thinking about what the score is and possible extra innings and not wanting to let Italy score, because if you pitch more than 7 innings, then your pitcher has to have a day's rest. We do not go by pitch count. We go by innings here. You throw 6 innings or less and you don't have to have a day of rest. Both of these teams wanting to fight for tomorrow, but Italy has used 3 different pitchers. Oregon has just used Janelle Guinea. This will be her 6th inning pitch, so sure wanting to keep Italy at that 4 runs scored and trying to score for Oregon in the bottom half of the inning to win this game.
And a quick shout-out moment.
Yes.
I love that.
It's become really popular at the World Series.
Hey, it lightens the mood.
Yes. Definitely takes the pressure off a little bit, thinking about something else other than the game and the intensity and the pressure, and thinking about people that you love, giving them a shout out.
Would you like to give a shout out to somebody?
Yeah. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
If they're watching. Hopefully with sound.
Yep. Marta Petrelli taking a deep breath. The count runs 1-2. Noelle Casati is at first base after she walked. Strikeout number 8. Hey, the little timeout worked for Janelle Guinea.
Taking a deep breath and firing in a screwball to get the strikeout. Much needed second out with the runner on.
Iris Ganser. Her favorite song, Thunderstruck. That's a good one. That'll get you pumped up. She's got a good opportunity here. 2 down, runner on. The go-ahead run at first. Casati's all good. Now with the count running 3-0 to Ganser. ball four, but Jessie Berry with the hustle behind the plate keeps the runners on first and second. So now the top of the order with 2 on as Italy is trying to get back in the lead in this game. They've had 2 walks. That's how both base runners have reached. Georgia Colino, a walk and a hit for her today.
You've seen Guinea kind of shake out her hand or shake out her arm for whatever reason. A lot of pressure on these pitches right now.
That looks good. A little shakeout benefiting.
She dances out there and just tries to keep herself loose. You can see just going back to the back of the circle, kind of gathering herself, just maybe trying to keep her mind off of what's going on with whatever's going on there with her feet, but just trying to stay loose at a big moment.
Took Taylor Swift's advice. Shake it off. Strike 2.
This is when you know that mom and dad especially are really nervous in the stands.
Or dad in the dugout.
Or dad in the dugout.
Yep.
Yep. Oregon will be at the top of their lineup when they come up in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Paige Hall will lead off.
It's hit to third. Claire Phillips being called on. Got her. Loving the defense we have seen today. And Oregon will try to walk it off in the bottom of the 6th when we come back. The Little League Softball World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. You're watching the Little League Softball World Series on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. They're lined up for our next game. It'll be about 35 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Little League would like to extend a special thank you to its official sponsors like Musco Lighting and Gatorade. These companies provide year-round support to the Little League program and help create opportunities and experiences for families and communities. Little League would also like to thank its dedicated volunteers who make the program a special experience for millions of children around the world.
And what's more special than playing in front of some of the players that you look up to from Athletes Unlimited who are back behind home plate? Odyssey Alexander here, Rachel Garcia, Amanda Lorenz, Jessie Warren, Sydney Littlejohn, just big names watching these girls play right now.
Paige Hall, it's 2, 3, and 4 up for Oregon. She takes the first pitch back to Alessandra Meta, and let's check in the studio with Zubin.
Now batting number 15, Jessie Berry.
Awesome. Sounds great, Zubin. Thank you. Little League all over. Little League Softball, Little League Baseball. It's all over our ESPN family of networks. Right now we've got an elimination game here. Oregon trying to walk it off. Jessie Berry up.
Our favorite show is Never Have I Ever. Can you imagine if she were to hit a home run right here? An out-of-the-park home run, walk-off home run to win the game. I mean, she has been striking the ball well. And if anybody could do it on this team, I feel like it's Jessie Berry.
She's had a double and a single today. A couple of RBI. Tries to go after that one upstairs.
She's so aggressive. We've seen her go after the first strike that she sees, the first pitch that's around the plate. Chased that one well out of the zone, though, getting out of her strike zone.
That one pops up. Trying to stay fair. It goes foul.
It's pretty deep fences, too, for Little League softball, because it's 200 feet down the lines, 200 feet to center field, and the college games that we call professional games that we call are about 200 feet, maybe 210 down the lines, too. So a very similar size field that these softball players are having to play on. Home runs are hard to come by, but not impossible.
We've seen it. The base paths are the same. The ball is the same as the college game, but the pitching distance is shorter. It's a 40-foot pitching distance. It's 43 feet in the college game. I think that hit her, yes. So Jessie Berry aboard thanks to a hit by a pitch, the first one we've seen in this game.
You could hear that, ouch, hit her kneecap.
Ooh.
That's going to leave a mark.
We will feel that tomorrow, but not today. Trying to shake it off as she goes down, walks down the line for a second. Oh, and that's some great sportsmanship from Alessandra Metta coming over to shake her hand. The pitcher.
So sweet. Not done on purpose, and Jessie Berry is the catcher for Oregon, so she's pretty tough.
Alessandra Metta entered in the last inning. She's the third pitcher that Italy has used today. Jocelyn Lima now. The winning run at first.
Coach Kevin Gagne, the manager over at third base, said that Jocelyn Lima's swing reminds him of Ken Griffey Jr.
Wow.
That's big company. I can see it.
Yeah.
See that big hack, that big follow through like Ken Griffey Jr.
Can she be the one to use that big swing to win it for Oregon? She's reached twice, but via a walk and a fielder's choice. Doesn't have a hit at the World Series yet.
And her favorite athlete, too, is Jessica Mendoza, another powerful left-handed hitter. Swing. This win. Have to take that deep breath, try to slow the game down. You want so badly to be the one that steps into the box and comes through with that big hit for your team.
Here's the 2-2 to Jocelyn Lima. Upstairs for ball three. Jocelyn Lima and Jessie Berry, who is on first base, they combined for 38% of Oregon's RBIs in regionals. That was a huge chunk of their production from these two players, the one that's on first and the one that's at the plate right now, trying to win it for Oregon.
Jocelyn Lima is able to hit it into one of the gaps, go all the way to the wall. You know Jessie Berry is going to be looking to score from first base.
Drama in Greenville. Full count. Outside. Yes, outside for ball four. 2 on via the free pass.
Somebody just did like a fake out strikeout that was in the stands that caught the attention of Jocelyn. Just like, wait, is that a ball? Strike? Okay, walk. Got it.
Sometimes it takes a second. Just let it soak in and then... Claire Phillips now. She's got a runner in scoring position. The winning run at second base for Oregon. Well, trapped. Nardini trying to hustle over there. So did Servideo from third.
Everybody sees that ball in the air and is just get it, get that second out.
And Italy is going to change right fielders.
Never know what you're going to get.
Just in the middle of an at-bat. Let's go. Giorgio Somoschini is going to head over to right field.
All right.
And I wonder if Manuela Mingroni, if they're going to try to get her ready to go back in the circle at some point. She was the one that was in right field, so maybe she's trying to go warm up again.
It's a good theory.
So Coach Laura picking up the phone, making the change in right field. One count to Claire Phillips. 2 on. Winning run at second.
I do want to say, this team from Bend, Oregon, Jessica Mendoza is watching, hanging on every pitch to her hometown team, been following closely.
Bardella's glove flashing. Runner is safe. That's out number 2.
Bardella doing whatever it takes to try to catch this line drive hit at her, and she just feels that Lima was off of first base trying to double her off, laying out to tag the base, but they have a good job of getting back to the bag.
So now it's down to Maddie Schweitzer. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Oregon trying to walk it off. Winning run is at second. Maddie walked in the 1st inning. That's the only time she's reached today. This will be her 3rd plate appearance. Swings at the first pitch from Alessandra Metta.
If we go into extra innings, Oregon's going to have a real decision to make if they want to keep Janelle Guinea in the circle.
If you pitch 7 or more innings in a day, you have to take a day off. And now Metta ahead 0-2 on Maddie Schweitzer. Strike 3. Threat ended, and we are going to extra innings.
Back-to-back elimination games that we are headed to extras. Alessandra Metta with the strikeout with the runner in scoring position to push it to the 7th.
Look, Zubin, we all love a little drama here at the Little League Softball World Series, so we're going to keep it going. Back-to-back games have gone to extra innings, and Oregon has a decision to make here about pitching. If they stayed with Janelle Guinea, then she wouldn't be able to pitch tomorrow, so they have made a pitching change, and they're going to go ahead and put MJ Ekman in the circle for the first time.
It's all about those pitching eligibility rules. We saw it also happen in the first game. Canada opted not to go with their ace in extra innings and would bring her out in the event that they won. They wanted her to be able to pitch tomorrow. So MJ Ekman enters this game and hasn't thrown a ton this summer because Janelle Guinea has been so good for Oregon, has thrown the large majority of the pitches, but has her chance to shine right now.
And remember, Janelle Guinea threw every pitch of their regional run. So MJ Ekman did not pitch in regionals, and we haven't seen her here yet at the World Series.
Janelle Guinea did so well. Pitched 6 innings, 132 pitches that she threw, but pitching eligibility at Little League Softball. Does pitch count does not matter. It's all about the innings. Less than 7 innings. You don't have any days rest. More than 7, have to rest tomorrow.
Outside though, okay? There we go. MJ! Kick some ass. You got it. Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
And MJ Ekman is the youngest girl on the team. Will work a little fastball and change up throws in the upper 40s.
Yeah, so
Italy went ahead and put a runner at second base, thinking that we were going to the international tiebreaker rules, but we don't go to that just yet.
That's not until the 8th inning. Yep, so they're just explaining that.
Very common that you see that in extra innings, that you'll go to what we call ITB, international tiebreaker, put the runner at second base to start the inning. It's the person who made the last out of the last inning would go and run at second base, but not yet.
It's 2, 3, and 4 up now for Team Italy. Aurora Sofia Giapponi will lead off. She's had 2 singles today and 2 stolen bases. Janelle Gagné is playing at shortstop now. Lily Christensen moving out to left field, with MJ Ekman in the circle.
What an athlete Janelle Gagné is. Ace pitcher, shortstop, leadoff hitter. Do it all.
That one. Three balls and a strike now to Aurora Sofia. And that'll be ball 4. You know, MJ, we've seen what a great athlete she is. She also raises pigs for 4-H, and she wanted to let us know that she's missing a 4-H fair because of this Little League Softball World Series, so she will be selling her 2 pigs, Jolene and Woody, privately. But there is MJ with her pig. Multi-talented.
All kinds of talents that these athletes have.
Viola Massini. Go ahead run at first. Jessie Berry's going to try to check her, and it goes off of Jocelyn Lima's glove.
Italy has just been so aggressive. The amount of bases that they've stolen. Jessie Berry understanding that, trying to keep them close to first base, trying to keep them honest over there.
Yeah, 10 stolen bases for Italy today. That one will advance via the wild pitch.
Such a tough position for MJ Ekman to enter into, just like what we saw Alessandra Meta enter into this game. Both pitchers had not pitched yet the World Series until late in this game. Elimination game, close game.
This will be hit to Janelle Gagné. They get the out, trying to get 2. Runners safe at third. Go ahead run at third base.
Yeah, Janelle Gagné had a couple of different options here, because when the ball is hit to her, that runner is right close to her. I would have liked to have seen her give a good fake to first base and then be able to get that lead runner out. But instead, Giappone able to advance to third base, 60 feet closer to scoring, and Oregon comes away with 1 out.
And a shoe tie timeout. Quick redo of the laces. Sylvie Seton is working in the bullpen right now for Oregon. If MJ Ekman were to need some help, she's warming up at the moment. Again, Oregon has only used one pitcher from the regionals to the World Series. That's Janelle Gagné, but they pulled her in the 7th inning so that if they were to win, she could pitch tomorrow. Alessandra Metta coming in to center, Paige Hall, and she steers down that runner at third.
That hit was just not quite deep enough for Giappone to feel like she would be able to tag on this. She does the right thing, goes back, but then decides because of how shallow that is. I mean, Paige Hall, the center fielder, comes in toward the infield. Would have been a shorter throw for her if Giappone tried to tag on that. Decides to play it safe.
Giada Servideo with 2 down and the go-ahead at third. Oh, Claire Phillips had to come back inside to grab that to make sure it didn't go out to left field. Quick footwork there to get over.
Have to be so careful with Jessie Berry. With a go-ahead run, don't want to make extra throws or have a chance to commit that error.
This one goes back to MJ Ekman, fielding her position. And Italy leaves the runner on. We are still tied. Oregon with another chance to walk off in the bottom of the 7th. Well, earlier today, we had a 9-inning game, and Connecticut was able to get it done. Emma Bonanno with the big bat.
Being able to drive the ball right back up the middle of the field. She had struck out in her previous at-bat. Brought confidence into her next at-bat. Her sister, Maddie Bonanno, played at the World Series last year, and now Emma gets to play this year.
Yeah, Maddie watching her sister in the stands this year after finishing runner-up at the Junior League tournament. But so Connecticut advancing. The winner of this game is going to play Connecticut tomorrow in another elimination game at 10 a.m. Eastern. Bottom of the 7th we go. Alessandra Metta facing Lily Christensen, 0-2. Lily Christensen with a hit to left. It's rolling back to the warning track, and Lily is able to get 2 bases, a double to lead off.
Lily Christensen's mom played softball as well, and Lily takes after her mom, coming through in the bottom of the 7th inning, able to lead off this inning for Oregon with extra bases. You see the determination on Lily Christensen's face. She went up looking to be the one that gets a hit, that gets a rally started for her team.
Her first hit today, her second of the World Series. Her family watching on, her mom in the stands. And now we come to Sylvie Seton. Winning run at second, nobody out.
And Lily Christensen keeps getting a big lead at second base. Understanding that she's a game-winning run, trying to get a good jump.
Alessandra Meta gets her to swing. 1-2 now. Pop-up coming over is Georgia Colino for the first out.
Now batting number 7, Katie Huff.
Been covering a lot of ground, Georgia Colino has, and she's a type of shortstop that wants the ball. Good communication, calls off her third baseman right at the last minute, making sure that that ball doesn't find a hole.
So one away, Lily Christensen leading off this inning with a double. She represents the winning run for Kennedy Huff. There goes Lily.
Kevin Gagne got a little too aggressive because Italy let that throw get behind the third base bag, but Aurora Sofia Giappone was just doing a good job of backing up and saving this game for Italy.
Yeah, so smart to be right there. She was ready to go, keep that ball from rolling out into left field, and because that would have been it. Winning run at third now. Kennedy Huff, a hopper to Colino. She immediately throws home, and the tag made.
I mean, you've got to see this arm for Georgia Colino. We have seen it all game long, trying to cut down base runners who are trying to run on her. A ground ball hit to her with the runner at third. They try to go, and she puts her throw in the same spot every time. And now Nardini able to make the catch and then the tag, hold on to the ball. And again, Italy keeps Oregon from scoring. It's the right decision to go, try to test out this Italy defense to try to get them to make a play late in this game. You'd be the game-winning run, but Colino just has such a good arm.
Italy's defense, again, stepping up. They have played so smart today. MJ Ekman now. And it's a foul ball, so the runner will go back. MJ's mom, the nerves flowing, I'm sure. Now the runner will advance on that wild pitch. So again, Oregon with a chance here, the winning run on second.
Remember, MJ Ekman is the youngest player on the team for Oregon. Asked to do a lot in the top half of the 7th inning, pitching her first inning of the World Series, stepped up and made pitches. And now she has a chance to tie it, Court. I mean, this is the type of thing that you dream about as a young player. Getting to pitch at the World Series and then stepping into the box with the game on the line and a chance to walk it off for your team.
Well, she's watched her 2 older sisters play and be in these pressure situations, and now it's her turn. The 2-2.
Good eye. That one upstairs can look so juicy. We've seen some players chase that pitch up in the zone.
Alessandra Meta is going to grab that rosin bag, dry her hand off, get ready for this full count. strikeout. The pressure mounting in Italy again, prevailing.
It's Georgia Colino showing off her arm again. That throw on the money. Nardini makes the tag. They keep Oregon from winning this game, and we're headed to the 8th.
Zubin, thank you. We're going into the 8th inning, so now the international tiebreaker rule, if you will, is in effect. They start with a runner on second, and immediately she is able to advance to third. That's Giada Servideo. She was the last out in the previous inning. It's Maddalena Lorenzetti. Chases it high from MJ Ekman. Ekman had to come in to start the 7th inning to replace Janelle Gagné, who had pitched every inning of the regional in the World Series for Oregon, because if they didn't pull her from the game, she was going to be ineligible tomorrow due to the Little League pitching rules. They do it by inning, not by pitches. And now Janelle playing over at shortstop for Oregon.
All these fans here just waiting for this last game of the day that we still have between North Carolina and the Philippines. Big crowd, standing room only.
And that'll be about 35 minutes after the finish of this game. This is an elimination game, elimination games all day today. Winner will get Connecticut tomorrow at 10 a.m. in another elimination game. It'll be worth the wait, I promise. All of these games have been. Waiting to get in. Poking it through. Run will score off the bat of Maddalena Lorenzetti. Italy back on top.
Lorenzetti, remember, she chased out of the zone, then took a strike that was through the zone, and then finally able to shorten up and find a hole through the left side. Italy breaks open this tie, and Maddalena Lorenzetti showing the emotion.
Now Giorgia Somoschini. Runner thinking about it. The ball is rolling out to the outfield, so now Lorenzetti going to second. Safe.
Lorenzetti took a couple of steps towards second and then stopped, so Jessie Berry, with the amount of steals that Italy has had in this game, feeling like she needed to make that throw. It's going to go down as an E2.
And MJ Ekman trying really hard to bring that ball down, a little too high in the zone right now. There you go.
She's got to be really careful if she decides to bunt, not to step on home plate. She just showed bunt there, and her foot got close to the plate. That's what she got called out on. And her last at bat, when she squared around to bunt, her left foot is touching home.
This game started with all the scoring in the first inning for Italy. Italy with 4 runs in the top of the first. Oregon responded with 3 in the bottom. And then Oregon tied it in the 5th. Sent us to extra innings. Runners on the corners now as Italy trying to add to their lead.
Now batting number 7, Vittoria Nardini.
Vittoria Nardini, the catcher. 2 on, nobody out.
Seen so much fight on this elimination day. We've had 4 games, well, it will be 4 games in a row. This one's completed of elimination games. And I feel like we've just seen these teams level up, fight, just really not want their summer to end. They've been playing with these teams all summer long. They made it here.
Yeah, what a journey for these teams. 12 teams made it to Greenville, North Carolina. We've seen 2 teams eliminated so far. 2 more will be eliminated tonight. That walk loads them up.
MJ Ekman just really starting to feel the pressure of the moment here. Gonna have a timeout call by Kevin Gagne to come out and talk to his team and maybe make a pitching change.
Hey, you're good. All right, keep throwing. Finish tall. You're just kind of going out. Get those hips squared around. You're good. Hey, okay, listen here. Bases are loaded, okay? We're going home. So Kennedy, you're going to play in a little bit closer to the line. You guys have got to charge the ball, though. Don't wait for the ball to get there, okay? You have got to be moving to the ball, and we're going to throw them out at home, okay? And then, Jess, be ready to go to the next bag. If it's a quick hit back to MJ, and she throws home, be ready to throw third, okay? Claire, you got to get to third, though, okay? Okay? Hey, here we go. Hey, outfield, be backing up everything.
Good reminder in a big situation.
A couple of different opportunities for a double play with the bases loaded. Force out at any bag, and if one gets on one of these infielders quick, then you have a couple of different ways that you can turn a double play.
They're loaded up for Madalena Bardella. She singled in the second, and MJ Ekman comes out with a first pitch strike. It was Madalena Lorenzetti that gave Italy back its lead, the second batter in this inning with an RBI single. Lorenzetti now at third.
It's so easy in this moment to want to try to guide the ball and almost will yourself to throw a strike, trying to push the ball to home and back away from your mechanics, but you have to believe in those mechanics right now so you can find the strike zone.
Ball 4. Walks in a run. And Italy now a 2-run lead.
And batting number 24,
Italy has reached on 3 straight walks, and we have time being called. And a pitching change coming.
Hey, you did an awesome job, okay? This is what we're going to do, okay? Janelle, you're going to come back in and pitch. You're not going to be able to pitch tomorrow. MJ's going to come in, and she's going to win us the game tomorrow, okay? Okay? You're going to. So we're going to shut them down here, all right? You're going to shut them down tomorrow. We're going to score a ton of runs, okay? Okay? You're going to go to left. All right, Janelle. There you go. Kevin.
So there's the plan. Janelle Gagne coming back in the circle when we come back. Extra innings under the lights here at Greenville, North Carolina at the Little League Softball World Series. Bases are loaded for Italy with no outs, and Oregon has elected to bring Janelle Gagné back into the circle. And you heard their manager say, because of the Little League pitching rules, if you pitch 7 or more innings in a day, you have to take a day off. So if Oregon were to come back and win, Janelle could not pitch tomorrow.
It looks like they're willing to take that chance and just try to survive to tomorrow with the pickle that they find themselves in. Down by 2, bases loaded, no outs. And that's pitching eligibility rules. Does not go by pitch count, goes by innings instead. You pitch a maximum of 12 innings per day.
So Janelle will start with Manuela Mingroni. That one gets away from Jesse Berry. It was in the dirt. Add on another Italy run on the wild pitch.
A tough inning for Oregon's defense. A few walks mixed in now with this wild pitch, and Italy pushes across another run to extend their lead to 3.
Mingroni, great contact. Trying to get two RBI single for Manuela Mingroni.
One of the best swings that we've seen off of Janelle Gagné in this game is off the bat of Manuela Mingroni. It's her barrel down to that pitch. It's trying to make its way to the outside corner, but hangs more toward the middle of the plate. 2 RBI for Mingroni.
Italy trying to make sure that it survives to tomorrow to face Connecticut. Vittoria Franzosini. Kennedy Huff. One away, but that moves Mingroni to second. That's the first out.
Now batting number 6, Ludovica Casati.
Nicole Casati. Italy with 5 runs here in the top of the 8th inning.
You can see Janelle Gagné just a little confused about where to put the ball. Small strike zone for Ludovica Casati, and trying to work the ball lower in the zone. Gagné is and not getting the call. Raises it up just a little bit right there for a no-doubter strike, challenging her right down the middle of the plate.
Casati standing at 4'11".
Always remember those little strike zones. They're tough for a pitcher to throw to. A lot of room for error. It's a good swing right there by Casati. A little bit late.
Strikeout for Janelle Gagné. That's her 9th today.
Able to find the strike zone there, and much needed. Not a big strike zone to work with, but right at the knees for Casati.
Two away now. Marta Petrelli. Don't forget, coming up about 30 minutes after this game finishes, we'll have it for you on ESPN2. It's North Carolina, the Pitt County Little League girls taking on the Philippines in our final elimination game of the day. They're going to need that warm-up. They've been waiting for this one to end. At least they've gotten a good show. This has been a great game between Italy and Oregon.
Back-to-back extra inning games.
Foul ball. Two balls and a strike to Marta Petrelli. Strike two. Not an easy thing for Janelle Guinea to do is to start pitching this game. You make it through 6 innings, then you go play shortstop, then you got to come right back in. Right down the first base line, and Jocelyn Lima makes the tag.
Manuela Mangroni had a big 2 RBI single, the big swing in a 5-run top of the 8th inning for Italy. They're up 9-4.
As the fireworks are out, look, we've got a beautiful sunset here in Greenville, North Carolina, and the last chance for the team out of Bend, Oregon. Italy puts 5 runs up in the top of the 8th inning. 11, 12, and 1 due up for Oregon. We start with Ruby Modern.
That sunset is just absolutely gorgeous. It's almost the color of Italy's purple uniforms.
Yeah.
Add in a little pink to it, too. Beautiful.
Alessandra Metta still working in the circle for this Italian team.
She's done a good job since she came in. Started at second base and made a lot of great plays at second base. Really good range up the middle of the field. Good arm.
Winner of this game will get Connecticut tomorrow at 10 a.m., which is becoming a quick turnaround as we've gone over 3 hours in this ball game.
Think about how long these two teams have been here at the field, and the same will go for North Carolina and the Philippines.
Yeah, we had a 9-inning game before this one, and Connecticut was able to win in the top of the 9th. They scored their go-ahead run. Ruby Modern is on via the walk. Here's Gemma Brody.
Expecting to start this game at 4. Usually you get to the park 2 hours before game time, so that would be 2, and we're at 8 o'clock. So that's maybe a 6-hour window that these athletes have been in this heat. Probably a little hungry, too.
Gemma Brody, the first pitch, rolling out to Massini at second. That moves 2 into scoring position. Obviously, we started this inning with a runner on second.
Now batting number 18, Janelle.
So MJ Ekman at third now. Ruby Modern at second. Top of the order, Janelle Guinea.
For Italy right now, you just need outs. Really don't give too much attention to the runner at third, the runner at second base. You are just trying to get this second out, not get distracted with those other runners. Make the sure out, ball comes to you.
Strike 1 delivered from Alessandra Metta. Guinea underneath it, lifting it to center, scooped by Petrelli, and here comes the run. 9-5. Italy still in front.
A well-struck ball by Janelle Gagne, who is just such a good leadoff hitter. Well played by Petrelli out in center field, making sure that she comes away with an out. That's exactly what Italy needed.
So now Oregon down to its final out. It'll be Paige Hall at the plate.
Got to give these fans credit for sticking around during this time, expecting that game to start at 7 and it's 8:10. They're comfortable in their chairs. They knew how important it was to come early and get a good seat. Not going to leave.
Well, some people are standing in line, so they don't have the cushy chair. Props to them even more.
Saw Odyssey Alexander in the stands waiting for this next game. Her cousin plays for North Carolina. Sitting behind home plate. Got to look at her.
And one of those Athletes Unlimited players that'll be playing at the ECU softball stadium tomorrow in that AU Pro Games.
Wow. You know, for how many people there are, the concession stand line is just not too long right now. I only see it about 2 or 3 people deep.
You wait till this game ends.
Yeah.
They better be ready.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere near the bathroom or the concession stand, I think.
Paige Hall getting the walk. Jessie Berry, 2 on, 2 down. Oregon trying to come back. Hard hit ball to Servideo at third. She made the play anyway. How about Italy surviving extra innings to play another day? It's been a great run for Oregon. But the Bend, Oregon Little League team heading home. Italy will play Connecticut tomorrow in another elimination game. They came out ready to go from the start.
They really did. They scored first, 4 runs in the top of the first, and a win for Italy. Great season for Oregon, but Italy, you can tell they're so proud of this W.
So the win in extras, 9-5 for Italy. Here's how our bracket shapes up. We'll see Connecticut and Italy tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN+. Don't forget, in about 35 minutes over on ESPN2, we will have North Carolina taking on the Philippines. For now, let's get you to Pennsylvania against Washington, D.C. Little League Baseball coming up. We'll see you over on ESPN2 in 30 minutes for more softball.